Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to Auto Club here for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series, and we had Casey Kane actually in our car for the Xfinity Series race. He's obviously been doing some dirt racing on the side in real life, so I decided, okay, let's put Casey Kane in the car. Obviously he got kind of sacked by Hendrick Motorsports after the 2017 season in real life, unfortunately for him, after some poor performances in that number 5 car, which really looked like maybe it wasn't actually the driver that was the problem, and it might be something else now. As Casey Kane, though, he had a pretty solid run in our car. He started down there in about 14th or so, but he would quickly work his way inside the top 10, up into the top 5 even, as he came to the midway point of this race, as Justin Allgaier led the way over his teammate of Elliott Sadler in the 1 car, as Kane would continue moving up, and as it came to the final lap, coming through turns 3 and turns 4, he would look to the outside of the 21 of Hemrick and the 7 of Justin Allgaier as it came through turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time. This time Elliott Sadler leading on the exit of the corner. Kane side drafting Truex as they come across the line. Casey Kane would come through to get a second place finish for us here in Auto Club, and I forgot to record the kind of exit of the race, so that's why you saw the point standings on the screen. But now it was time to shift our focus over to qualifying here in the Cup Series as we were coming through turns 3 and turns 4 at Auto Club. Usually a track we can run pretty good at, so I had some high hopes coming into this race. Now as we come through the trial, coming across the line, we would go P8 with a 38.8 as we get ready to start here in Auto Club with Kyle Larson on the pole. So hopefully we can move forwards here in Auto Club.
Everyone. Today, NASCAR wraps up its annual West Coast Swing with a stop at Auto Club Speedway for the running of the Auto Club 400. Auto Club, located in Fontana, California, is roughly 50 miles due east of Hollywood. The stars of NASCAR are ready to take the stage and tackle this 2-mile D-shaped asphalt oval. Drivers like Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, and California native Jimmy Johnson will all try to grab the spotlight with a trip to victory lane. This fast and wide racetrack has multiple grooves, which means lots of passing opportunities. So grab your popcorn. Today should be quite a show.
Alright, we're ready to go green here for the Auto Club 400 at Auto Club Speedway. Jimmy Johnson, our teammate, starting in the back after failing the optical scanning station multiple times. Cody Ware failed technical inspection, so he will also be starting in the back, not like he would have been starting anywhere forwards against that anyways. Now as we get ready to go green here in Auto Club, starting a little bit towards the end of the top 10 now as the green flag is out, and we are underway here in Auto Club in California. Jimmy Johnson's final time at this racetrack in our career mode at his home track. Obviously we're going to be moving into that 48 car next season as Jimmy Johnson retires, so his final time here at his home track of California. Now has come through turns 1 and turns 2. Kyle Larson leading the way as they come out of turn 2. He is clear for the lead as Harvick and Brad Keselowski battle side by side down the back straightaway. As we started P8, we still sit P8 as we come down the back straightaway on the back bumper there for a brief moment of the 22 of the driver of Joey Logano there as we come through turns 3. Jones making a 3 wide between himself, Elliott, and Logano as we come out of turn 4, going up the middle between a 3 wide of Logano and Martin Truex Jr., our former teammate, on the left-hand side now as we come through the trial, completing the first lap here in this race. Now as 13 remain in stage 1 as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. We have Eric Almirola sending up our inside as we come through the center of the corner, having to check up just a little bit for Chase Elliott there as we came through the center of the corner. Now heading down the back straightaway side by side with the Stuart Haas driver of Almirola. He gets clear of me. Now we're clear to get to the bottom, and I take advantage and get down there right away as we go through turn 3 and turn 4 on the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott. We would easily clear him and have to get out of the throttle as we almost got into the back of the 10 of Eric Almirola as they would continue battling up ahead. And as we came to lap 8 of 14 in the stage, we would be now moving ourselves up towards a top 5 position as we had just continued moving forwards there, passing Kurt Busch, who was on my inside, as we would clear him down the straightaway, and the caution would end up coming out here late in the stage. I couldn't find what brought it out, so we would obviously, though, stay out and get ready to go green from P5 with Kyle Busch now the leader. Kyle Larson started on the pole. Now he sits P2 as the green flag is back out here in Auto Club. Just 4 to go in the stage. Now as we cross the line behind the 2, Brad Keselowski, I could have taken it to his inside there, made it 3 wide, but I decided to just kind of help him out there. As I know if I take him 3 wide into turn 1, I was probably going to really hurt his momentum there as we come through turns 1 and turns 2, overshooting the entrance of the corner there and running into the back of the 2, nearly into the side of the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. as we go down the back straightaway side by side with Truex as we head down towards turn 3. Larson, Keselowski side by side. Kyle Busch clear for the lead as we go through turn 3 and turn 4. Keselowski pushes up when we make it 3 wide between ourselves, Keselowski and Larson. We would be able to get ahead of them both and take over the second position as we approach just 3 to go now in this first stage. Quickly moving up into the second spot here as we have clearly a fast car, what at least seems to be early on in this race now as we go down through turns 1 and turns 2, approaching 2 laps to go at this point in the stage as we try to look to the inside of Kyle Busch but unable to do so as we head down the back straightaway. Truex lurking behind now as we have a run on Busch as we go into turn 3. We do not take advantage of it though, but Truex does now as he gets to my left hand side as we come through the center of the corner. So Truex now looking at my bottom, he would be able to get clear of me and he would even run down the 18 of Kyle Busch as we came to the white flag now in this first stage. Truex would look to the left hand side of Kyle Busch as we cross the line. The white flag is in the air as we sit P3. Truex clear for the lead now as we look to the inside of Kyle Busch as go down into turns 1 and turns 2. We should have the momentum to clear the 18. As we exit turn 2, we do have the momentum and we clear Kyle Busch down the back straightaway, trying to close in on the back of Truex and maybe steal a stage victory. We haven't won a stage yet this season, but we have a chance to do so now here in Auto Club in stage 1. Now as we come through turn 3, we're going to look to the inside now, cutting it down to the grass as we go to the inside of the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Now as we exit turn 4, side by side down the front straightaway, it's going to be a drag race for the stage victory, side by side, neck and neck in Truex. He comes through to win the first stage as we barely come up short and get P2, which is still a great effort to start off this race here in Auto Club. We would come to pit road to take 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires. I was really hoping we could get our first stage win of the season, but there you see we had 7 cars stay out, so I look at this as a big opportunity to maybe get our first stage win of the season here because we have slower cars up ahead, but I completely mess up the restart there as I just completely got to the throttle too late as I was just really slacking off on that one. 100% on me. There was just no doubt about it. It was all my fault, but we certainly at least stay up here in P11 as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. We did give up a position to Kyle Busch now as Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at this point leading the race as we come into turn 2, heading down the back straightaway. Larson already taking it 3 wide with him and Kyle Busch and Daniel Hemrick as we're going to take it 4 wide just about there as we go down towards turn 3 and turn 4, looking to the inside just about of Ryan Truex as we come through the center of the corner all the way down to the grass there, as now we're also going to look to the inside of the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. quickly working our way forwards. Obviously the slower cars being a big benefit to myself, and hopefully this will help me get out front and maybe run away with a stage victory now as we head down towards turns 1. We're going to jump up to the outside there as we come through turns 1. Stenhouse continuing to lead this race at the moment as we look to the outside of Chris Buescher, Ryan Preece that is, now as we come out of turn 2 side by side with the 47 of Preece as we would clear him down the straightaway as well. Showing some strong speed here early in stage 2, just like we did in stage 1 as we go through turn 3. Truex, he sends it up the inside, but we get clear of him. And now as we come out of turn 4, trying to look to the right-hand side of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for the lead, as well as we come through the trial, heading down the front straightaway, clear of David Reagan. And we look to the outside of the 17 of Stenhouse, trying to get to his right door to give him a bit of a side draft to help myself as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2, side by side with the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. We are going to be able to come out on top as we exit turn 2, and we would take the lead and clear Stenhouse down the straightaway, and we would run away with the lead at this point now as we came to lap 7 of 12 in the second stage, actually briefly touching the apron there, just getting a little bit sideways, but we were running away from the cars from behind. Larson was in second, almost a full second behind me. He was there with Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. They were the only guys though that were able to really stay within a 1 second gap of myself now as we came to another lap later on lap 8, still about the same gap between myself and second place of Kyle Larson as well as Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr., and we would just continue to hold on to this lead now as we came to the white flag here in the second stage, looking for stage win number 1 on the season. We have yet to do that. Obviously, we've had a DNF in Daytona. We had an absolutely horrible race in Daytona as we got caught up in 2 crashes. Atlanta, we didn't have a chance. Vegas, we ran strong though. ISM Raceway, we ran strong, but not strong enough. But it looks like today we truly have a chance maybe to have a win if everything goes right now as we come through turns 3 and turns 4, jumping up to the top just to make sure I'm comfortable with it, just in case we need it now as we come out of turn 4, going down the front straightaway. Kyle Busch up to that second position, Larson down to third, Truex fourth, but we are going to come through and cross the line to win our first stage of the season here in Auto Club. So great effort in stage 2. Really kind of had luck on my side with the slow cars staying out, but we do pick up a playoff point, which will help us out going obviously down the line into the playoffs. We would come to pit road again for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires, but this time we would lose 16 positions because AI felt the need to not take 4 tires. So we will be starting down in P17 for stage 3, which in my opinion we can definitely work our way back forwards now as the green flag is down. We are once again underway for the final stage here in Auto Club. We have all of our Hendrick Motorsports teammates right around us for the start of this final stage. Jimmy Johnson, Alex Bowman, and Chase Elliott all around us. They are not having good runs to start this season now as we go down through turns 1 and turns 2. Looking to the left-hand side of Daniel Suarez in the number 41, making it 3 wide because we know we need it to make up the ground early on in this third and final stage if we want a chance to have a win towards the final few laps of this race. Elliott looking to my outside, making it 3 wide as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4. Jimmy Johnson just trying to get into a top 20 position as he comes through into Auto Club for his final time, like I said, in this NASCAR Heat 3 career mode now as we come through the front straightaway. Suarez just in front of me as we cross the line, still sitting in P16 on the inside of Ryan Newman at this point as we head down towards turns 1 and turns 2. Kyle Busch out front at the moment as we go into the corner. And as we come through the center of the corner now, looking at the inside of the 20 of Eric Jones as Kyle Busch leads on the exit of the corner. Harvick sitting in the second position. Martin Truex Jr. down in P3 as we move up to P14 as we head down into turns 3 and turns 4. Looking to the inside of the 1 of Kurt Busch, as well as making a 3 wide with Daniel Suarez as we quickly propel ourselves up to the 11th position as we exit turn 4 behind the 12 of Ryan Blaney. At this point, as we would come through to cross the line, we would be still sitting P11 as we came through on lap 35, exiting turn 2 using the top lane now as we come down the back straightaway. And we're going to look to the outside of the 42 of Larson, and he's going to ground us into the wall as we head down towards turn 3, just like he did and what was it, Las Vegas or whatever. But this time it was certainly less significant, but I was certainly unhappy because that's the second time Larson has put us in the wall. I certainly fit my nose in there. There was room at the time, and then he just crowded up into the side of me now as we came to lap 10 to go, on lap 41. Looking to the back of Kyle Larson as we head down towards turns 1 and turns 2, almost getting into the back of him, but I was certainly not happy, and I wanted payback, but I wasn't sure if this was the track to do it at, and it was certainly a situation I was not sure about now as we came through the next lap on lap 42, 9 to go, right on the back of Larson. He was certainly in a position for me to attempt payback, and we're going to try it as we go into turns 1, getting into his left-hand side, making the big save, and he doesn't even budge through the center of the corner. Now there's trouble behind of the 6 of Ryan Newman, who blows a tire and goes hard into the outside wall, and that would bring out a caution as he almost gets destroyed by Logano when he hits Stenhouse as he comes back down the track, and the caution would fly here in Auto Club with less than 10 laps to go, and we would obviously set ourselves up for a late race restart. At this point, Denny Hamlin leading the race, but we tried to get payback on Larson and absolutely nothing happened. I hit him in the left rear and his car did not feel any effect at all now as the green flag is back out. We are once again underway here in Auto Club now, just 6 laps to go. Certainly still owing Larson revenge. He obviously has put us in the wall multiple times early on in the season. We're going to have to at least give him a bump and run and maybe just spin him out. Who knows? Martinsville is coming up, and obviously short track racing, that's certainly a good chance to maybe let him feel what we have been feeling these last few races now as we came down the back straightaway. We would look to the inside on the next lap of Daniel Suarez as we came through with 5 to go as we head down into turns 1 and turns 2. Also looking to the inside of the 14 of Clint Boyer, trying to move ourselves into a top 5 position, and we would do just that as we came out of turn 2. Kyle Larson, he would be able to get back to me and get to my inside as we came through now with just 3 laps to go. Going down the back straightaway, Kevin Harvick had taken the lead at this point as you see just how kind of congested the field was up front now, coming to just 2 laps to go in this race, trying to use the outside lane to my advantage. But we have a big group of cars right here battling it out for the victory as we head down the front straightaway. Just 2 laps to go as we cross the line. Kevin Harvick trying to hold on to the victory. Martin Truex Jr. also trying to steal the win as we head down into turns 1 and turns 2. Looking to the outside just about of Kyle Busch and the number 18 car as we come through the center of the corner. And as we come out of turn 2, we would be able to clear the 18 of Kyle Busch and sit P5 as we head down the back straightaway. Kyle Larson just in front of me now. We don't have to worry about paying him back because he's right in the front of the field. We're not going to try and take him out and cause a big crash as we come through turns 3 and turns 4, approaching the final lap here in Auto Club. Truex looks to the inside of the 4 of Kevin Harvick as we head down the front straightaway 2 by 2 by 2 as we come through the tri-oval, crossing the line to start the final lap here in Auto Club. Truex and Harvick side by side for the lead. Hamlin, Larson battling for second and third and fourth as we head down into turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time. Looking to the outside now of the 42 of Kyle Larson, making it 3 wide for a brief moment as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway for the final time. Still 2 by 2 by 2 as we head down the straightaway into towards turns 3 for the final time here in Auto Club. Harvick with the advantage as they go into the corner, but Truex is going to be able to get the edge on him as they come through the center of the corner. We go way to the top of the track, trying to gain as many spots as possible now as we exit turn 4. Truex clears Kevin Harvick as he's going to come through to win in Auto Club in a thrilling final few laps here at Auto Club Speedway. That was certainly a fun finish to be a part of. We were 2 by 2 by 2 coming to the white flag, and it was certainly really cool to be a part of that there as Truex wins here in California, locks himself into the playoffs. He obviously won stage 1 and he wins the overall race. I think we had the speed to win this race if I could have got down to the bottom, but within the last couple laps I didn't even have a chance to get to the bottom lane, so certainly unfortunate there, but that was certainly a great race. Now as we move up to P3 in the standings, certainly a nice rally after being down in the bottom, 35 to 40th or something like that after the DNF in the Daytona 500, so certainly a good rally back here now as we find ourselves in the top 5 in points as we provoke Kyle Larson. He's not happy, but we're not happy with him either now. As always though, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very, very appreciated. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Like I said, in the next one we go to Martinsville, where we could really kind of pay back Kyle Larson for what he has done to us early on in this season. As you see the playoff grid on your screen, Jimmie Johnson, our teammate, 41 points out. Can he make the playoffs in his final season in our NASCAR Heat 3 career mode before we take over his car? We'll find out. Here's our teammate as well, Alex Bowman, terrible in the points. So they got some work to do here in the coming episodes. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.